Members of the public and foreign diplomats made time today to offer their condolences to this country's fifth Prime Minister, Basdeo Panday. The condolence book was opened on Wednesday at the Rotunda Gallery of the Red House. Mahalia Joseph-Wharton has more.
Thursday was the first day for members of the public to sign the condolence book. Among those taking the time to offer their sympathy to the family of the former Prime Minister was Jesse Lucilio.
He was one of the best Prime Minister beside Manning and Robbie. So I have to give respect to where respect is due.
Media veteran Ken Gordon said he was very saddened when he learned of Mr. Panday's passing.
He had this acute way of repartee. If you mean that kind, well, he was special even for his own era. He was special because he related to people, and I was not always in agreement with some of the ways he did that, but I've always respected it.
UK High Commissioner Harriet Cross was among the foreign diplomats offering condolences to the family. She said she was fascinated to read about the many hats that Mr. Panday wore.
Particularly his earlier life as an actor. Now, he was such an interesting man, and he actually acted in 3 British films. So there's a little part of the UK there as well. He studied in the UK. I had the great pleasure of meeting him in this very building in the Red House and having a really interesting conversation with him about politics. You know, he had such a nuanced view. I think sometimes some people see politics as very much black and white, you know, right and wrong, and he had a really nuanced sense of how to make progress.
Ambassador Cross said it's important to reflect on the impact politicians can make.
I think the fact that he was the first Prime Minister of Indian origin is important. You know, that's part of the history and the story of Trinidad and Tobago. And so that is also, you know, he will never be forgotten for that reason, but also for the way he conducted himself and for the international partnerships that he created while he was in power. But also, as I say, for the relationships that went on afterwards. He was very much somebody who stayed in politics one way or another his whole life.
Minister in the Ministry of Works and Transport, Richie Sukai, said Mr. Panday's legacy will continue to live on over time.
His teachings, the way that he elaborated, the way he debated, the way that he even explained his position on certain things. Us young politicians need to revisit that. That is a time, an era that we need to revisit. We need to go back and once more have to learn that elegant art that is slowly being eroded. He had that.
There will be opportunities for those who missed today to sign on Friday and Monday between the hours of 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Condolence books have also been placed at the THA Assembly Chamber THA in Tobago and all municipal corporation offices in Trinidad. Mahalia Joseph-Wharton, TDT News.
If there is one word to describe former Prime Minister Basdeo Panday, it would be humane. The words of the Mayor of San Fernando, Robert Paris, as he spoke at the condolence book signing for Mr. Panday at the San Fernando City Hall on Thursday. The Mayor said Mr. Panday taught him to serve with impartiality after witnessing his interaction with the late Prime Minister Patrick Manning.
These gentlemen, even though they sat on opposing sides politically, as human beings and as Trinidadians, they really respected each other. And that is my message and that's my mantra for the San Fernando City Council. Even though we may have different political views, San Fernando comes first.
Also there to sign the condolence book was Alderman Viliana Ramutasing, who said that Mr. Panday was very influential in her life.
And I would say that he has certainly influenced my political ideology, my philosophy, service to the poor, service for the working class, just basic humanitarianism. That's Mr. Panday. That is what I will take from it, and I'm so happy that he has had a positive influence on my life. And I'm here now because of that influence. I was drawn a little bit into the political arena out of the business sector.
Members of the public wishing to sign the condolence book can do so on Friday and Monday between the hours of 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.